Hello and welcome into our Corn-Fed Sports in the Morning here for Wednesday, June 26th.
Yeah.
We're going to do something, just a little simple Corn-Fed 5 here today. We have guests. We have some special segments coming in the next couple days. So for now, we're just going to keep it simple, keep you with 5 headlines, do another one of our semi-live releases. We have another segment coming out where we talk about some Husker NFL Street type talk.
Yeah.
And so we have that coming out. So all this will be on the site and kind of another one of our semi-live releases. But this Friday, we're looking to do a live show, have a guest in the studio, have some of those different kind of things. So we'll have more for you then. But just for now, we'll jump in. We have a Corn-Fed 5 topics. So we'll talk about some of the developments, and we'll start off with our last discussion on jerseys and uniforms for the Nebraska football team.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about the jerseys, actually. We're going to talk about the video that went along with the jersey release yesterday. It was kind of something different that the Husker Athletic Department and Adidas released to go along with the Tech Fit jerseys. And to go along with that's kind of a new deal. What did you think of that, the whole video thing?
I think that it was good because it showed the behind the scenes. Whether or not it's a jersey, something superficial like that, something that some people might say is insignificant, but at the same time it shows kind of the hype. They're in the meeting room, that everybody's just kind of there. You see all the usual faces, and it kind of just brings you back into that high school locker room feel. Just why people are emotionally connected with and it makes them really feel like student athletes again, and they're excited. They get to see the new helmet. Somebody jogs in and gives high fives to everybody in the front row, and you just get to see all the people in the room. So you just kind of see how big of a deal it is, see how much these little things matter, and see just how they kind of move it into more than just momentum. It's just kind of, hey guys, check this out. Here's a treat for you guys. Now let's get to work. And so I think just kind of seeing the mindset, seeing that all play out, just see the chemistry they have among each other, not just in a football setting, it was sweet. And so I just, the production value is awesome. It looks flashy. It looks nice.
Yeah.
All those little things matter to fans, to recruits, to all those things from the outside. They don't get to see a lot. So just handling it from that perspective and doing things that I think give a good image is great for what they're trying to accomplish and kind of the image overall they're trying to do. So doing stuff like that, I think, shows a lot of fans the stuff they want to see, and I think is a good place to go with the uniforms.
Right.
So we promised no more uniform discussions in number 2, so we can move on here to the second topic.
Yeah, moving on to our second topic today. It's something a little different here we do at Corn-Fed. We're going to talk about soccer, but not Nebraska soccer. We're going to talk about club soccer in Nebraska. Team Nebraska Bravo made the regional finals, which is actually a really big deal in the world of youth soccer. And you're more of the expert on this than I am, so I'm going to just throw it to you and just kind of talk about Nebraska Bravo.
Well, I mean, coming from a state where at the point I got to be a ball boy at a championship match in South Dakota in a regional final for the only team that's ever won South Dakota regionals. It was only the second team that ever made a final. This just kind of is a huge thing, but it's not just huge for the magnitude of the tournament, things like that, but the teams they're competing with are Ohio metro areas or Chicago metro areas, the St. Louis metro areas. A lot of these same teams where you're facing off Big Ten talent, you're facing off with the the people you're seeing on the college scene. So Nebraska, not only U19 Bravo with players like Jalen Oderman and Carolyn Flynn and just some Nebraska representatives there, but the U19 boys for Nebraska as well. So it's just showing that in the state of Nebraska, they haven't made the NCAA tournament in a couple of years here, but the talent is here, the club talent is here, the youth is here. Just like in volleyball, they won the club volleyball national championship. You see it at lower levels of NCAA, the national championship. So when you just have a great sport culture in your state, it helps. And so seeing some Husker faces on that team that also has some other major college players on it. So just seeing some of those people being able to get to a regional finalists today, and to be able to do that, I think it just shows the amount of talent, the players that Nebraska's dealing with. And I think if Nebraska's able to harness that talent as well as some of the out-of-state, out-of-country talent they have on the soccer team, it shows positive for the Nebraska soccer team. So we'll keep you posted on how that regional effort goes.
Right. And as a Lincoln native, the last 10 years, Nebraska prep scene soccer has grown exponentially. So let's look forward to that, and maybe it'll translate to women's soccer at Nebraska. But switching gears now, we're going to go to the volleyball, actually. And Amber Rolfson, she competed at the U.S. Junior National Team. Pat, you volleyball fanatic. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what Amber's been doing?
Yeah, the women's junior national team actually just finished up their pool play, and they only finished 1-3, unfortunately, so it didn't go well for them in that round. But she was actually able to she didn't see any action during the first couple matches, so they lost a couple coming out, and then she comes on as a sub. Nebraska was able to win, or not Nebraska, sorry, the USA. Nebraska next year will be winning matches because of her, but the United States is able to come on, get a 27-25 win in the third set, win the match in the fourth set. She had 5 points for the team. So just seeing anybody from your school, from representing your program and being able to contribute on a national scene, that shows the amount of talent. That gives her confidence coming into the year that, hey, it didn't go as well as maybe we all thought. I didn't start. She starts the last match after coming on as the super sub and doing well. So just to be able to have a momentum builder on an international stage, it's huge for her coming in.
Right. Not to mention she had her spring season too, so she should be well adjusted to life in Lincoln and playing college volleyball.
Definitely.
But one more thing, women's basketball. Monday, the NCAA playing rules oversight panel. It's kind of a mouthful to say, but they introduced a new rule. There's a 10-second backcourt now there will be a backcourt violation in women's basketball. I think it's personally a great idea. What do you think about it?
I think that if Coach Caniori could be in the room and say, hey guys, let me pick one rule that I want to change, one thing that I think is perfect for our program. I mean, this is the perfect thing for what Nebraska does, because not only are they putting pressure on that they can possibly force these backcourt violations, but the way people broke their press was to get the ball in bounds and let everyone else run up court and take 5 seconds. Teams were okay with taking 15 seconds out of the shot clock to even get into their offense. And so teams just kind of planned on that, and they're tactically able to use that. They're not going to be able to do that anymore. In Nebraska, I mean, T. Laudermill's got to be licking her chops right now, thinking of all the people that she's just going to terrorize that have to now find a way to catch the ball and get moving. And you're going to see more turnovers off the inbounds, people trying to catch the ball going forward, trying for the over-the-top passes, some of those little things. And I think, I know we only have 20 seconds left here on this one, but I think that the important thing that nobody really caught up, and I should have mentioned this earlier, they also had a little shift with the closely guarded rule. Without the backcourt rule, there was a backcourt closely guarded rule, there was a front court closely guarded rule. Now it's only the front court closely guarded rule, but it's changed from the way that it was worded to say 3 feet to 6 feet. So now Nebraska's got to be the Nebraska defenders who are already in your face, already playing man-to-man defense. They can get that closely guarded count. They can start the 5 count being within 6 feet. That's huge. You're going to see the 5-second count really come into effect. You're going to see bad dribbles, bad turnovers, things like that. So these rule changes are huge for increasing not only the tempo of the game, but making teams play Nebraska style.
Right. It's good right now. They're in summer practice, starting up summer practices here soon, so it's something they get adjusted to right in time for the season. But okay, the last topic we got for today in the Corn-Fed 5 is going with the alternative jerseys. We're not going to talk about the football jerseys. We'll talk about what Nebraska sports team, what sport would you pick to have an alternative jersey, and maybe the theme along with that jersey or sport to go along with it?
I did kind of lie in saying that's the last we'll talk about the actual alternate jerseys.
Right.
So we figured we'd give some other people some credit, other teams, the track athletes, and some of those people were tweeting yesterday, hey, where do we get our alternate jerseys at? So we wanted to, kind of open up a little bit. I think if I had to pick one team that I would love to see get some alternate jerseys and go out with it, it's inspired by the fact that they did their old movie lines during the softball games this year. It's the Nebraska softball team. When they did their League of Their Own lines, I think it'd be funny with the poofy, the pinstripe pants, the baseball jerseys, the poofy baseball caps, the League of Their Own style, old school throwback alternate jerseys. I think seeing the Nebraska softball, the thing that I would want to see through all of it, if I could just have a camera there when Kiki Stokes and Donna Tyson had to walk in and be told that they're wearing this old school pinstripe poofy, I would pay money to see their reaction. And probably a couple other people, but I would love to see them have to go out there in some old school uniforms and play at the throwback baseball style, the baggy, and maybe shoot all the pictures in black and white for that day or something funny like that. So that would be my pick. Softball, mixing up, going old school. I mean, obviously, I think all the teams would love to get something fun, mix it up. So hopefully we can spread the love a little bit. So that wraps up our number 5 for our Corn-Fed 5 this morning. So like I said, we're going to have some guests. We're going to have some other things coming in over the next couple days. So stay tuned. We're hoping to go live this Friday morning so you guys can contribute. You can be a part of the show. But for now, this will be out on our site. This will be out on our podcast channel. So check it out. We're tweaking the format. We've shortened it up a little bit so you guys can get through it and kind of enjoy our morning show here. So 3 days a week we'll be doing this. So that's our Corn-Fed 5 for this morning. But for Corn-Fed Sports, I'm Pat Radigan.
Gage Peak.
Thanks for joining us.